off with what happened last time. The party has been given a quest to head to Candlekeep. On their way, they were attacked by a mind flayer. I want to say a mind flayer abomination, who had the head of a mind flayer and the body of a zombie. After a quick battle, the mind flayer ran away, claiming his return once he fixes his body. Party arrived at Candlekeep, where they spoke to the Archmage's Elenara, who gave them an item, said to destroy the dragon Thalgor, who has returned as a Draco Lich. They are to bring this item to the Lord Asmura in Evening Star, which is in Cormyr. They decided to stay at Candlekeep for the week to rest and recuperate. While there, they encountered mysterious followers of Ogma, who have set out to unleash all the forbidden knowledge of Candlekeep into the world for anyone to use. That be necromancy, demonology, all the bad stuff that you can think of. After a quick encounter with them, they decided to find out how exactly they were getting these forbidden books out of the library. That's where we stopped. They also met a young wizard studying in Candlekeep by the name of Althea Brightwood, who was I want to say she's a human who kind of helped Sinead out a bit in a pickle when she ran into the mysterious entities that are spreading bad stuff around the world. All right, that's where we started, so we'll start there. I don't know where you guys want to start.
I think me and Sinead were getting ready to squirrel ourselves away in her room, right?
Yes.
And do some reading.
Reading. Okay, so
Girl talk.
Because we got that book.
Mm-hmm.
You got some. So you were studying within the library. We got
the book from the guy.
From the spooky guys in
the
guys catacombs. Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't wait.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah,
you did. Yeah.
I did not give you any book.
Yes, I promise.
No.
I promise you did.
No,
I promise. I'm not
you
even.
You guys are lying. I never.
Everybody to the replay.
Go to the pull up the VOD.
I never gave any book.
I promise. No, I'm not. We're not kidding. We're not fucking with you.
Book.
It was a copy of the necromancy stuff that the guys were like giving out to people.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Not the book that he was holding.
No.
Copy
the necromancy book.
So we could read about the Licho Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
I completely forgot about that.
Yep.
You hit it well though.
He was not planning on letting us have that.
No, it's fine. I just didn't remember that part when I asked Creep multiple times what I was supposed to give you guys. Anyways.
Well,
listen. A podium, and I'm a bad one, so...
Yeah.
You're doing your best.
I am, what am I gonna do?
I am what I am.
Okay, let's see, what does this book have? Alright, so here's what I'll do. If you ever need to roll a history check for knowing undead information or necromancy information, I will allow you to have advantage for that. Instead of me, giving you a list of things about it.
Okay, we'll take it.
This is me going to make a note of that in case Cheryl forgets.
So, yep.
Yup.
Same thing for creep about normal dragons.
Okay.
And then for bones, I wrote up a quick summary of things about Cormyr.
Okay.
I gave it to you in your journal.
Thank you.
And same for that information. If you ever need to roll information about Cormyr, I'll have you roll with advantage.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
I see. Okay.
Oh, just a quick reminder for all of us, because we do have advantages that rolled over from the last game. Duro, you are currently sitting with 3 advantages, and then all the rest of us have 1 each.
I don't like that Duro has so many.
I hate this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
I'm super excited about it.
I like law number 5 of Cormyr. That's my favorite law.
I imagine that Nimue and Sinead would have probably read this book for quite some time in Sinead's room and like devoured it. And I think, if I remember correctly, we were talking about burning the book once we had read it.
We
burn after reading kind of situation.
Yep. And Sinead's currently trying to figure out how she is going to come clean to Krigga. Or she could just never tell him that this ever happened.
I don't remember anything happening.
I slept walk.
You're gonna go from somebody who can't stand lying to a compulsive liar. This is gonna be great.
Stop it, no.
Yeah, I imagine after reading for whatever period of time, Nimue would return to her room where I assume drunk Mars is already passed out.
Yeah, so you two snuck out at night. I would assume then you would have spent the remainder of the night studying this book.
Yeah.
Yes. That is correct.
So yes, Krigga and Marzander were all day drinking.
All day.
All day drinking.
All night.
Not just day drinking, all day drinking.
If you're gonna do it, come on, man.
Yeah, do it right.
Right.
I'm sure we had a little bit of food in between.
Oh, I'm sure we had lots of food. Krigga loves to eat. You have no idea.
For some reason, beer, cheese, and pretzels comes to mind.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yes, Nimue, you would have arrived to find I don't know, are you passed out? Marzander and Krigga, are you awake?
Krigga will be in his room. He is not passed out. Depending upon when they come back, he might be just asleep, though. He would not get obliterated drunk. He never does that. But he can drink for a long time because he is really good at that.
He's responsible, Dwarf Daddy.
He really is.
And being how competitive Marzander is, probably try to keep up. And I wouldn't say he's out all the way. He probably has like that little tingling, like waiting for Nimue to get back. So as soon as she would walk into the room, I'd probably, hello, how was your trip?
It was good. We learned some new things. I'm quite tired, though. And she would just like crawl onto the bed and just kind of like curl up in her little position.
So strange. Yeah, Sinead would go to bed. She would lie awake for many hours praying until she fell asleep.
Praying that responsible daddy dwarf doesn't beat your ass when he figures things out.
Oh, I'm gonna get grounded.
I'm never gonna get to hang out with my new friend again.
Somebody gets him back to the temple.
Thinking about it for 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying for right now.
Stop.
Well, it was great playing with you, Bones.
Yeah. Yep. I guess I'll go ahead and roll up a new character now.
All right, so we'll just pass to the morning then, I guess. No one wants to do anything then?
Yeah, Sinead's gonna once the morning actually comes, Sinead's gonna get up probably as early as she can and wait very nervously at Krigga's door.
I would say Mars, because he normally would get up early, he kind of sleeps in just a little bit extra this morning.
Krigga's up at his normal time, which is not daybreak, but it's also not late. Just a good early time.
Is there like an actual door there?
There are doors. Remember, these are cells that you're sleeping in.
Yeah, jail cells.
Jail
Right.
cells.
Prisoners.
Okay.
Just kidding, not jail cells, just small rooms made for studying, and that's it.
Like a tiny little dorm.
Yeah, it's a dorm.
Okay, well, Sinead's gonna like just knock very rapidly on the desk, or on the on the door.
Come in.
She's gonna crack the door just slightly and just sort of like poke her head around, and say, "How was it with Mars?"
It was entertaining. We had not had much of a chance to speak, and we reminisced of working together and working apart on our many jobs we have done over the years. It was quite enjoyable. And the beer was okay.
So you'd say you're in a good mood, right?
I am in a good mood, yes. Come on in. You don't have to stand out there, lass.
I just wanted to make sure that you were in a good mood before I came in and spoke with you.
I think the day has started off brightly.
That might change.
It always can. What's on your mind? You look troubled.
She's gonna slowly walk in and close the door behind her, and she's curled in on herself and says, Nimue and I went on our walk last night.
And how did it go?
Well, we accidentally ended up in the catacombs.
Duro, is there so there's beds in these little things. Is there like a desk and a chair?
Yes, there is one desk, one chair, one bed, and a candle. That's all that's in that room.
Perfect. Krigga sits down on the bed, points at the chair, and just looks at you and says, chair, and points right in front of him.
She'll go ahead and sit down.
Tell me.
Well, we met a wizard, a girl who is studying here, right? And we were looking for more information on the dragon stuff and Cormyr. And she said that those weird guys in the library might have information, but they meet in the catacombs. And remember when I told you I was just going to go on a walk with Nimue?
I do.
Well, like I said, we accidentally ended up in the catacombs where they were holding their weird meeting. And then, before you say anything else, I just want to let you know that I withheld great restraint. And I'll tell you here, I followed the teachings of Kelmfor. And I'll tell you what, I thought real hard on my decisions that evening.
What did you think?
Well, they were transcribing information about necromancers and then passing all that information out. And that was horrible. And I thought to myself, what would Krigga think that I ought to do? Because, you know, he does know best after all, because I do respect you wholly. and I didn't kill them, and I thought about taking my mace out and bashing their brains out as hard as I could, and although that might have been very satisfying, that's not what the teachings of Kalimdor would do. They weren't the necromancers. They were merely giving the information out of the necromancers, and thank goodness, and thank all of the gods, all of the deities, that Nimue and I were there to stop them from passing out one more copy. Isn't that right? You ought to be really proud of me.
Lass,
Mm-hmm.
do not forget to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That was impressive.
Uh-huh. We accidentally ended up in those catacombs.
Stop. I had hoped to push this conversation off for a while, but apparently it must happen now. First, we must review some things.
Right.
You, myself, and Niven. And when he says Niven, he points at his bicep, which has a rune on it. And as he points at it and touches it, the rune shifts slightly. We form a triad, correct?
Right.
And the temple, what have they taught you that our roles are, yours and mine, with relation to Niven?
Well, that I sort of translate what Niven says, and we do what is best.
You are the guide.
Right.
And me, my role?
Well, you're the anchor.
I'm the protector.
Right.
If I die, Niven dies, and we lose our physical connection to Kalimdor.
Right.
My number one job is to keep Niven alive. Now, under Niven's guidance, and he has always been this way, and this has always been his teachings to me since I have adorned the rune. The temple does not necessarily teach the guides what their true role is. They are only to learn it under Niven's orders when they leave the temple. It's time you learned what your role really is.
What does that mean?
You are not Niven's guide.
What do you mean? I'm not Niven's guide. Of course I'm Niven's guide.
That is only a very small part of your role. The cleric assigned to Niven is Kalimvor's weapon. I am not the weapon for Kalimvor here. I am not the weapon for the temple out doing justice. You are the tip of the spear. You are that weapon. I cannot be, because I must protect him. You are not the guide. You are the warrior. And what that means is that I am not in charge here. You are. If you want to go into the catacombs to search out information, do so. Make the best decision you can based on the information you need. I am the protector and the advisor. If you need advice, ask. I will give it. If you disagree with me, you make the choice and I will back you up. But I am not in charge of this expedition. You are. It has always been Niven's way to have the acolyte be the tip of the spear and the leader, and to make the decisions, because I cannot. And this breaks my heart to say this, but if it comes down to it, in the heat of a battle, I will sacrifice you before I sacrifice Niven, because that is my holy responsibility. And within those guidelines, we must work together, rebalance what we know and what we do and how we work together. But you are in charge of this.
Sinead's very quiet suddenly, and she's sort of picking at probably like a hangnail on her fingers. And she sort of knits her brows together and swallows and digests this information, and looks back up at Krigga and gives almost like a lopsided smile and says, so you're not mad at me for lying to you?
You are assuming the role you were born for, and the difference between you and the other acolytes I have worked with in my many years of being the protector for Niven is that you were born for it. The others were chosen by the temple, but you were born to it, and you had already assumed the role without even knowing what the role truly was. And Niven is in full support, and he touches his arm again, and you'll see the rune on his arm shift, and you recognize the pattern of the rune is a rune that you recognize of agreement.
Sinead certainly looks somewhat upset by this information and says, so I didn't have a choice? This would have just been my role nonetheless, no matter what I've done.
There's always a choice. You could walk away now, should you choose.
Krigga, you and I both know that that's not really an option now, is it?
It's always an option.
I disagree.
Perhaps something you need to wrestle with.
So, if it's my life or Niven's, you still choose Niven.
I don't choose him. That is my role. I chose this role and accepted it many, many years ago. If you must look at it from my perspective, how many gods do you know are able to put a physical representation of themselves onto a plane where they can have a bit more direct contact with their followers and guide them in a more direct, meaningful way to accomplish their goals? It is not common. And were Niven, and once again he taps the rune on his arm, were to perish because I perish, it probably would be possible for Kellenvor over time to create another version of the drawbridge, but I find it unlikely. So essentially, if I die, I am letting a literal portion of the god that you and I worship die.
Well, that doesn't really seem fair, now does it?
Not at all. But that's life for you.
And you waited till now to tell me.
I had no choice in that matter myself because Niven demands it.
Well, that's not fair. If I have a choice, then certainly you have a choice. You could have told me before.
I did have a choice, but my choice was made 170 years ago when I took on this job.
You know, what about the last 60 years that you've been raising me?
The choice was made way before you were born. And I will not go back on my choice. But now it's the beginning of your true service, and you have a choice.
Well, what else am I supposed to do? I'm not leaving you.
Well, good. Then let's go out and do the work that Kellenvor put us out here to do.
So are you telling me I should have smashed those men's brains out?
I think your work last night, Lass, was superb. I think you made difficult choices. The easy thing to do is to kill, especially when the evil is obvious. There are times where restraint is better for the overall goal of what we are trying to accomplish. And once again, you showed that capacity for making that decision without even knowing what your true role was. You were working on instinct. And look how far it got you. Trust that instinct. If you question it or have doubts, ask for advice or suggestions or ideas. But I trust your instinct. I have no qualms trusting your instinct.
All right. Well, do you still love me at least, Krigga?
Always.
Okay. She'll sort of stand and take a moment to herself and then wrap her arms around him for a hug. And then
Krigga will give you a really big hug and make sure he lifts you off the ground a couple inches.
Ow. And she'll let go, and then she'll kind of step back and say, well, I guess we should add this to the tally of things we've got to take care of is a bunch of necromancers or wannabe necromancers with information on how to be a necromancer. Indeed. And one final thought I'd like to leave you with so you don't feel quite so overwhelmed with some of the information is I have been this protector for a very, very long time.
and Niven and I are still here, and we're still whole, and we are not going anywhere. So I would not be too concerned about that part of it.
Oh no, I'm concerned for quite a lot now, but thanks, I think.
You're welcome.
I suppose we should go talk to the others.
Indeed. Let us be off.
With that, Sinead will kind of turn about face and scooch on outside of the room.
Okay, so you would find Nimue and Marzhender. Are you two together?
Yeah.
Yet?
Mars, you got up, right?
I'm in the process of getting up. I'm groaning. I should have known not to try to outdrink him.
You just hear like a giggle from the bed, and Nimue kind of like peeks her eyes open. You tried to outdrink a dwarf and thought you could win, Mars?
Yes, it was a stupid idea at the time.
I would think so. Are you going for breakfast?
You know I am.
I'm quite tired. I stayed up very late last night, but I guess I could join you. I do wish to see Sinead again, and make sure she's faring well this morning. I know she was nervous last night when I left her.
How did everything go down there?
It was interesting. We found them. The secret society. They gave us a book on necromancy. Seems as though they're just giving these things out to anybody who stumbles upon them. So, of course we read the book, just to prepare ourselves for what we may find in Cormyr. But I'm afraid we're going to have to do something about them. We learned that they perhaps are the reason why Cormyr is the way it is now. So naturally, we'll have to correct what was made wrong. But I think we should join the others, discuss what we might do, how we may correct this. And she kind of slips off the bed and does a little tap on her shoulder, and Merlin, who was hanging up in the rafter of the room, kind of swoops down and lands on her shoulder. Come then, Mars. Let's go to breakfast.
After you, as he finishes putting on his mask.
So if anyone doesn't remember, last time the followers of Akma, who were dishing out these tomes of forbidden knowledge, provided information that there was a young woman who spoke with them. She looked exactly like the woman found in their dream. She had a beautiful face on her left side, but her right side was undistinguishable. She's also found in the same dream with the Mind Flayer zombie abomination. So they are somewhat related. All right, so Nimue and Marzhender will meet up with Sinead and Krigga.
Krigga's feeling like some good breakfast after that heavy conversation.
Sinead is not. She's got a big old rock in her stomach right now. whenever she sees Nimue, I'm assuming they'd probably meet in the hall. She sort of is kind of like fidgety to herself, but less so than when you would have left her. Obviously, things in this conversation went better than expected.
Right.
She's not grounded.
You could ground Krigga now.
Technically, yes.
I didn't think about that. I made a horrible mistake.
You idiot. You fool.
Gave her too much power.
Yeah. Right to the head.
Good morning, Sinead.
Hello, Nimue. Hello, Mars.
I hope your morning was well.
Well, it wasn't bad. So, we'll take it.
Good.
And she'll sort of like nervously look at Krigga and then look back at Nimue and Mars.
Okay, so the four of you are going to head to the cafeteria. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Where you find yet again simple yet nutritious meals ready for you, such as oatmeal, fruits, cheese, everything needed for a scholar.
For a growing boy.
Yep. Who happen to be scholars.
Yep. Do we see the followers of... I don't want to say it wrong.
The followers are Agma, but you can also call them the keepers.
Okay. Do we see the keepers anywhere in the cafeteria by chance?
Oh, why not? Sure. They're once again... I'm just making things up as I go. You know how it is.
I love this for you. I love this for us.
I do the same thing. It's fine.
It's the best way to play.
You find the keepers once again amongst themselves, sitting as far away as others as they can.
She'll sort of like kind of nudge Nimue and nod in their direction. And she'll glance back to Krigga as well.
Nimue is gonna look at Sinead and whisper to her, "Did you tell him? Did you tell Krigga?"
I did.
I assume we should probably figure out how to handle this then.
Right. Well, we need to figure out how they've gotten the information out. And I suppose let somebody know. That should be... It's not allowed here.
It is a very wrong thing that they're doing.
It's an affront on humanity.
Nimue kind of looks up to Krigga and Mars. How do you gentlemen think that we should handle this?
Krigga's going to take his food and walk over to the table with those guys and sit down and start eating. He's not going to say anything or acknowledge their presence. He's literally just going to start eating at their table.
I guess that's how he's dealing with that.
Nimue's face just lights up. Like she's just watching this, like picking at some fruit. She's stoked.
I had to roll to see what I would do. I would also go and sit over there.
Attaboy.
I rolled a percentile die.
Sinead's gonna sit with Nimue and sort of assume that, oh god, he's embarrassing me again.
This could get quite interesting.
Well, I feel bad for them. In a way. If they wanted to fight, they're just scholars. And I hate to say it, and this is no offense to you, but I think you could beat them with your fists.
Perhaps. And she looks over to the bird on her shoulder. Merlin, why don't you go be my ears? And he kind of flutters off and goes and lands on Mars's shoulder.
Just by instinct, I would hold up a piece of like bread or something for as soon as Merlin lands.
He's like stoked for this.
Krigga's just gonna look up when the bird lands and then look at you, Mars, and say, "Well, Z, what are your plans for today?"
I think I'm gonna go try to look for some wares. Do any of you gentlemen know where I could find leathers or anything of some sort? And he'll ask the keepers that are sitting across the table.
So the one who Sinead and Nimue would recognize as the leader of this trio would respond to you. Just outside, there is a small shop for adventurers. Is that what you are? An adventurer?
I'd like to think we are, yes.
Sometimes adventurers, sometimes cleaners. It depends.
I know the owner, Arya. We're good friends. The place is called the Armored Griffin.
And what do you gentlemen do around here? How do you spend your days?
We're but humble scholars, followers of Ogma, purveyors of the darkest secrets.
Darkest secrets? Like what?
You must be a follower to accept the gift.
I find over the course of my life that really anybody can accept a gift.
Not this gift. This gift is special.
Well, most gifts should be special or it's not a gift. I mean, you don't give to somebody toast and say, "Oh, here's something special."
Now is not the time.
Hmm.
If you are to stay, we may meet again.
If we meet again, there will definitely be an exchanging of gifts. And the gift I have for you will be special and it won't be toast. And he'll get up and walk back and sit back down with Sinead and Nimue.
Marks will follow. But I'm leaving my food and tray or whatever it comes on at their table.
Okay, so you four rejoin up. Once again.
Those gentlemen are not friendly types.
No, they're not.
I extra appreciate your restraint now.
I'll tell you, I thought it was really difficult for me for not going for their skulls.
You did well.
How should we take care of them?
What other information on them did you get? Do they meet down there often?
It seems as so. Well, they wouldn't give us win. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to watch for them. And by this point, Merlin's landed back on her shoulder and she gives him like a little stroke.
Duro, do we know what, like, I'm trying to remember if you told us or if I just forgot, like what the house rules are for Candlekeep as far as, crimes. Like, head bashings and things.
I never established the crimes, but crimes and punishments. But I would assume they are within the norm of standards across the Faerun.
Okay, yeah, I just wasn't sure if there was something that's
What-
special or dire.
What if
extra
they're accidents?
A misplaced
Quota-
swing of a
yeah.
mace, anything could happen.
Sinead's very clumsy these days.
Yeah, bolt through there,
I mean, who really goes down to the catacombs anyway?
It's for dead people.
We're just trying to make them fit in.
No, I'm helping. I'm so helpful.
So helpful.
I'm cleansing their souls.
I think Krigga
Violent.
would say at this point something like, I think it would please many people for them to stop doing what they're doing, but I'm not sure that's our priority. Perhaps if it becomes convenient, we could do that.
Well,
But I'm just not sure that's our priority.
we have a copy of the tome that they stole. So, what if, before we destroy it, we show the keepers of the library that they stole it, and then we destroy it? Because, personally, for me, anybody else who gets this information is a blight on this world. And I can only kill so much blight.
As long as you have the information from that tome that we need, if there is such, I think that plan has merit. We do not necessarily need to be the ones to mete out all justice. Perhaps just causing it to happen is enough.
I agree. I can't sit back and let them keep doing what they're doing.
Nimue looks like slightly disappointed by this and speaks up. But if they don't do anything, wouldn't you think that we should? I mean, people like that giving away knowledge, it's no good for anybody to have. I don't think they should exist on this world anymore, personally.
Would you like my honest answer, Nimue?
I would.
If nothing comes of this, I'll wait until they meet in the catacombs. I'll barricade them in, and I'll set fire to it. Personally, myself.
I do like this answer.
While my experience with violence is small, I do have an honor to uphold and a promise.
Not to worry, my experience with violence is not small. I will be there to assist you, should we need to do that.
Nor is mine. I will also be at your side.
I think it's safe to say that we would all help taking care of this.
Well, it's settled then. We report them to the officials of Candlekeep. And if they don't do anything about this, I will see that they are cleansed, and I will see that they meet their maker correctly.
Yeah.
All right. So, where do you start?
Sinead's gonna start with going to the official in the library.
Okay, Kella, the keeper of the library?
Yep.
Okay. Is everyone else going to go with Sinead?
Yeah.
Are they still? Are the keepers still sitting at the table eating?
No. They got up and left.
Would I have noticed when they left?
No.
Okay.
Attaboy, Duro. Attaboy.
First Sinead would go back and grab the copy of the tome that she has, and then she would go to the library. Just to be clear.
Okay. Got it. So you head back to the Grand Library. Where at its entrance, standing behind the desk, you find Kella, the keeper of the library.
Do I know Kella's name? Did they introduce themselves?
Yes, she introduced herself as you were entering. She told you about the no copying,
Right.
Stealing or removing books from the library
Right.
rule.
Sinead's just gonna march on up there. Kella.
Yes, I see have you returned. How was your stay in Candlekeep?
So far good. Thank you for your hospitality. I really certainly appreciate that. We've got somewhat of a big problem here, though.
A problem, you say?
Yeah,
What
right.
could it be?
Right under your nose, Kella. It is these keepers, these followers of Agma. I'll tell you what, they are doing some blasphemy down beneath in the catacombs. They are copying tomes. They've stolen tomes out of the library. Forbidden knowledge. And giving it away. They're just giving it away.
They have stolen the books from the library.
Yep.
How have they done this?
I'm not quite sure how they've done it, but they've done it, and they have copied tomes of necromancy, and they're handing it out to anybody who just asks for it.
The followers of Agma are very special to us here in Candlekeep. I would need to know more about what you have found.
Well, I'll tell you more. Every so night, they go down to the catacombs and they do these weird ritual things, and that's really kind of spooky. And then they're copying down these tomes about necromancy, and then they're just giving them out. They ask if you want to eat the fruit of Agma, and if you say yes, then they give you this paper, and they give you the book.
I'm afraid I will need hard evidence.
Well,
Though I take your allegations seriously, for if anything to occur, there must be something I can show to the authorities.
well, as luck as has it, I've got hard evidence. See, we went down to those catacombs to spy on these Agma guys because I knew that they were up to something no good, and it has nothing to do with me finding any of them attractive whatsoever. And she's going to pull the tome copy out of her vestments, and she's going to slam it down on the table, and she's going to say, they gave me this, and this is on necromancy, which is an affront of Kelmvor, who is my god, who I am a cleric of.
Ella picks up the papers and begins to rifle through them. She begins to have a worsening sign of fear on her face. You four, come with me.
Right. Now we're finally getting somewhere.
She brings you to a nearby room which has her name on it, Kella, the keeper of the library. And she lets you in, of course. She closes the door, and you see her wave her arcane focus around the door, and a shimmering light now stands in front of it. Is it the four of you who know of these actions? Is there anyone else?
Nimue looks to Sinead.
Sinead looks to Nimue.
There is one other. A young girl we met in the library. A mage studying. She took us to the catacombs where they meet. This is how we discovered them.
You must bring her to me.
Why?
We must not allow this information to get out until
Why?
a further investigation can be conducted.
Well, how long is that going to take?
As long as it takes. We cannot allow others to know of what is happening.
Well, I suppose that's true. But hear me out. There's only like 3 of those followers of Agma, and you could just bring them all in here, and then we can just keep them here until we've decided what to do with them. And we don't need a whole investigation because I've just given you hard evidence.
You misunderstand. Those followers of Agma are seen as the most devoted members of their clergy. If we were to just hold them here, there would be chaos between the keepers and the clergy.
Well, I don't think you quite understand, Kella. They're giving instruction out on how to perform necromancy.
It has already begun, as it seems.
Right. And should you delay this investigation any further, who knows what hands will grasp at the knowledge that they provide.
Yes. And it seems as though you have a personal investment in this matter.
Of course I do.
Did you not just hear me just moments ago?
I will task you with investigating this.
Well, that is certainly a turn of events. See, funny thing is here, Kella, is we already have an adventure that we're on, and now you're asking me to deal with this. But just so we're clear,
You seem so interested in this.
Of course I am.
Why are you so unwilling to investigate it further?
Well, of course I'm interested in investigating it further, but I already have an adventure. And she's gonna look at Krigga with somewhat helplessly, like, do we do this?
Can Krigga do an insight check to figure out if she's really, like, he feels like she's really honest about wanting us to try to do that, or she has some deeper motive?
Sure, go ahead and roll an insight.
Oh yeah, that's a 2.
So you rolled a 2. You rolled a 1 and a 20, but you got the 2.
Yeah, nat 1, nat 20. That's awesome.
The whole spectrum.
Just get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. It's fine.
You seem completely distracted by Nimwe's bird. That you're not even really paying attention.
Perfect.
Nimue kind of I think what she's trying to explain, Kella, is that we have very pressing business to take care of in Cormyr. But what is happening here actually concerns that business. I am to believe that these men have given someone, we have not discovered who they are yet, the knowledge on creating a Draco Lich, which could potentially be plaguing Cormyr now as we speak. I think that if we're to stay here and deal with these matters, they must be done swiftly.
Then all the more reason to get out there and find why these keepers are handing out our forbidden books to seemingly anyone who asks.
Well, they told us that it is their job to spread knowledge for the god that they worship. But I think it's wrong. Yes, some knowledge should be shared, but certain knowledge should not be in all hands, like the knowledge of necromancy, especially to this degree. Wouldn't you say so, Kella?
As the keeper of the library, I am fully aware of the ramifications of the distribution of our forbidden knowledge. If you are so eager to leave Candlekeep, I ask this instead. Find out how the books left the library.
They do not. They told us themselves. They make copies of these books with some sort of magic. They hold a book down in the catacombs. It seems like perhaps this is how they produce their copies. I fear that getting our hands on this book could result in a few misfortunate things to happen. Now, if you would like to give us the authority, Kella, to go down to the catacombs and retrieve the book for you, we could do so. But we would require your protection if anything were to go awry. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
As the keeper of library, that is not within my purview.
Then I suggest you speak to someone who could give us this permission, because I don't believe me or my companions will be going anywhere until this matter is dealt with.
I will have to speak with the keepers of the tomes. They are the authority here to defend the tomes. If you give me some time, I will be able to speak with them.
How much time, Kella? Do know that every moment we spend on this, lives wink out like a candle in the wind of Cormyr.
Once again, I am fully aware of the ramifications of the distribution of these tomes. I am the keeper of the library after all.
And do you know what happens in Cormyr now as we speak?
As the keeper of the library, that is none of my concern.
I see. Well, perhaps we could hold court with these keepers of the tomes you mentioned?
Yes, I had to speak with the head guard.
Well, I suggest you do so soon. The blood of the lives of the people of Cormyr is now on your hands, Kella. And until we have this little situation figured out, that's where it will remain. She's trying to be, like, really convincing for this bitch to hurry it the fuck up.
I'm convinced.
Sinead's just like, did we just become best friends?
Okay, so Kella lowers the magical field on the door and opens it. As you're leaving, she says, "Come back at half day, and I will have Garrick here, and we could speak with him."
We will be here no later. Perhaps we will find the young mage girl and bring her as well, since you need so much evidence.
She closes the door and steps back in front of her desk.
Well, Sinead, should we go find the mage girl?
Right? I think we should.
I think we should. Perhaps she's studying here in the library. She seemed to be here frequently.
Perhaps it'll take some convincing for her to come forward, but this is pretty damning evidence. And I think she has her heart in the right place.
I think I could help with convincing her. Let us go find her.
Sinead, very oblivious to what you mean by that, is very much like, all right, let's go.
You two will begin your search in the library then.
Yes.
I will stand at the door to make sure nobody leaves while you search the library. Or make sure she doesn't leave while you search the library.
You just have to be nice to her, Krigga. I truly believe that. She does mean well.
Indeed. I shall just not allow her to leave if she comes to the door.
Is there just one entrance to the library, Duro?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I will.
It's a very large opening, though, allowing maximum flow. of traffic.
I'm gonna say, like, Nimue turns and looks at Mars and maybe knows that sometimes he needs a little direction. And she goes, Mars, do you think that maybe you could watch Kella's office? And if she is to leave, you could, I don't know, make sure she's doing what she's supposed to be doing? Of course, she cannot see you doing these things. Just keep an eye on her. I don't fully trust her. She did not seem so concerned as we do. Not as concerned as a woman of her standing should be. I think we can all agree on this.
Aye.
I do agree with that.
Krigga would like to agree, but he missed that whole part. So
Yeah, he was busy with other things.
I'll go do that. Is there like another like hallway or something that I could like kind of like tuck away in until it waits for her to leave?
Mars just pretending to read.
Give me a knowledge check.
A knowledge check.
Yep.
So like
Actually, no, not knowledge check. Give me a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom.
a 13.
Actually, no. Sorry, give me a perception.
Perception. All right.
Yeah. Trying to remember how to D&D.
You're doing great, Juro.
That was a worse roll than what I.
Okay, well,
A 10.
A 10's pretty rough. Do not forget, you do have an advantage still that you can use. It
Yeah, I'll
adds
do
a
that.
plus
I'll
2
use it.
to your roll. I don't know how much that affects.
Is it another roll plus 2 or just plus 2 to that?
it's just a reroll. Actually, you already rolled twice, I think. Right?
No, I just rolled the one.
Okay. Roll it again.
Okay. Perception. That's
Ooh,
better.
that's much better.
Okay, so
It's 19.
as you have been walking around Candlekeep, you have observed where the guard are stationed, like their main quarters. So you can stake out there if you wish.
All right. That's the only spot, though, that I would remember.
Well, what else are you looking for?
Just something like semi close to her office. Is the guard thing close to it?
Sure.
Okay.
It's close enough.
All right. That's where I will be. And I will kind of tuck away as much as I can without looking
Okay.
too suspicious.
Roll me a dexterity performance check.
Is that just a straight one?
It's your dexterity plus your performance.
No.
It'll be something you have to roll yourself.
Yeah. That would be a 7. I rolled an 8.
Okay. Let's see. So you are staking out near the guard post, Sinead and Krigga and Nimue. I guess you're gonna go find Althea.
Yeah, Krigga's just going to hang out at the main door just to
Yeah.
make sure she doesn't leave while they search.
Yeah. As Mars would be leaving the library, he would have filled Krigga in real quick about what I was going to go do.
All right, so Rad is staking out watching for the keeper to go and speak with the guard, while the other three are going to go find Althea in the library. Give me a perception check to find her.
All right.
I don't want to talk about my roll.
Oh, well, I crit. So
Okay.
23 total.
Thank God I rolled a 3 plus whatever my modifier is.
I
Yeah,
really
I just
love
have
the little
that.
crit symbol on these. It's like a moon with a star. It's so pretty.
Ooh.
All right, so Nimue first spots Althea. She is studying a book on magical theory. She's sitting at a desk in the middle of the library.
There you go, Rad. Spike gave you a advantage there, bud.
Love you, Spike.
Sinead, is Sinead by me, Bones?
I feel like Sinead just accidentally got distracted by a book, but probably.
Okay, all right. Nimue is gonna give her like a little tap on her shoulder. Sinead,
Huh?
you're so sweet. Althea's over there. Let's go
Oh.
talk to her.
All right. And Sinead's just gonna beeline for Althea, and she'll put the book back.
Nimue is gonna sit at the table across from Althea. Hello, Althea.
Hello, it's good to see you again.
Quite nice to see you as well.
Yesterday was quite an adventure, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. About that, you spoke to Kella this morning about our findings in the catacomb last night. She seems concerned and would like more, evidence. You showed her the book, and I really hope you don't mind, but we told her that we had another with us.
You spoke to Kella?
We did.
I'm sorry, I didn't want you to do that.
I'm sorry, Althea, but I would hope that you would understand why. What those men are doing down there is very dangerous, and we wanted to make sure that no more information got into the wrong hands.
Yes, but I'm studying here. I am interacting with the keepers of Akba throughout the day. If they were to find out that I betrayed them, then who knows what they'll do to me.
Sinead at this point is gonna sit next to Althea, and she will very quietly say, "Are your studies more important than the lives of countless souls?"
Well, I would like to stay alive myself.
So would we.
How do we know that these three keepers are not the only ones? What if there are more hiding?
I do not know. But I can assure you that we didn't tell Kella that you were the one who brought us there. Only that you were with us, and only for the purpose that she wanted more evidence in the matter so things could be handled correctly. We would not betray your trust, Althea.
Well, if it was up to me, I would prefer not to speak to Kella about this matter.
But you have to. It's so important, Althea. The lives of the people of Cormyr depend on you. You understand this?
Give me a persuasion check for me, please.
Okay, well, my dice are done for the day. That's another crit. I think that's all I got in me. That's a 24
Nice.
total.
Well, if you put it that way, the lives of those far is just as important as those near. I will speak to Kella, but it will have to be alone to ensure my safety.
Alone? Why would you have to do it alone?
I cannot be seen with you.
Why is that? Is there something wrong with us?
You are obviously outsiders. If the followers of Agma find out that I was with you, then I will be in danger. You would not suspect it as my betrayal if I was to speak to Kella alone.
We would not say anything. We would not speak of betrayal. But I do believe she wants us all to come to speak together. This is what she asked.
Very well.
I would like to do an insight check on Althea to see if there's anything possibly suspicious about her wanting to speak alone.
Okay, go ahead. Well,
Well, Krig. That's a 7. I want to use my advantage.
okay.
You said that's just a reroll?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a reroll.
Fuck my life. I told you my dice were done. That was a 2, so a 5. So, 10 is my highest roll. Poop.
Okay. What should I do with this information? I wonder. You don't see any sort of malice in Kella's words, or not Kella, Althea's words. She seems more nervous than anything.
Okay. She's just a little squirrely bird.
Yeah. Okay.
At midday, we're to meet in Kella's office again. Will you meet us there then?
Yes, I will meet with you in Kella's office at midday.
Very well then. Me and Sinead will leave you to your studies now. We understand how important they are to you. She's gonna stand from the table.
Yeah, Sinead will stand as well and give like a just like nod to Althea.
Okay. Krigga, what were you doing during this? Or if you're doing anything.
I was
that
at the
is.
door. Wait,
Oh.
I was just making sure she didn't leave while she was being sought out by the other people.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have heard any of that.
Yeah, I was just wondering, just making sure you had something to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Not day drinking again. Yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me some time.
I think as like me and Sinead are once we get out of earshot from Althea, Nimue is gonna look to Sinead and kind of be like, I feel like maybe she was holding something back. She did seem a bit odd. She seemed a little odd to you, Sinead.
Well, my experience with people being odd isn't as vast as maybe yours is, but it seems strange. She was eager to take us down to the catacombs enough yesterday, and now today she doesn't even want to be seen with us.
It's a bit odd. Like, maybe she has some sort of tie to the Keepers. I don't know, but I think we should keep our eyes on her.
I think we'd be foolish not to.
Perhaps I could send Merlin to watch her before we meet again at midday.
I mean, what harm can a bird do? So, might as well.
I believe you're right. And Nimue is gonna give him a little stroke. Agent Cooper! So naughty right now. You can't have coffee, you're a kitty. She's gonna give the bird on her shoulder a little stroke. Merlin, go watch our friend for us, okay? And he's gonna go fly off and he's gonna perch himself like silently up in like I assume there's like big tall bookcases in there. Yeah, I would assume he would just kind of hang out on top of one of those around where she's at.
okay. That sounds good. All right. So while he's hanging out there, what do you do?
Should we go tell Krigga that we found her?
Right? Let's do it. And she'll start moving towards the door.
Okay, you meet up with Krigga.
Well, any luck finding her then?
Well, we found her. And, she seemed apprehensive to come talk to Kella with us. But, we managed to convince her.
Good. That conversation should be interesting.
To say the least, I suppose.
You think she will try to bolt before the meeting?
Well, Nimue's weird little bird is watching over her right now. So, if she does, then we'll know. Right, Nimue?
Yes. Merlin is keeping an eye on her for me.
Very good then.
She was acting strange, though. A bit nervous. It was so funny. Only the other day, she was so willing to walk the city with us. And now today, she says that she doesn't want to be seen with us. Very odd, that girl. Also, Bones, you're up to 3 advantages now.
Oh, fancy little boy.
You are a fancy little boy.
Wow.
In my experience, people who have that kind of reaction where their behavior changes and it seems unexpected, there are secrets there.
I believe you're right, Krigga.
This meeting should be very profitable.
It should be an interesting one. Well, what should we do while we wait?
Do we check on Mars?
I would hate to give his cover away.
Right?
Is there any more research that you last need to do here? This might be a good opportunity to do that if you need to.
I'm not sure if we could squeeze any more information out of those books, but I wouldn't be against an ale again.
I wouldn't mind a bit of wine myself.
I am full on board for that then.
Right, let's get to it then. I like that ale. Is it the same ale that we had before?
Probably. I am enjoying the day drinking, though. I'm not going to lie.
All right.
It's been a long time since I've been in a library and day drank.
I've never day drank and been in a library.
There you go, then.
It feels a bit sacrilegious.
No, embrace it.
I'm not sure how Kelmvor will feel about that, but I suppose I don't have to answer to him for quite some time.
Indeed.
And Sinead will wait for Krigga to lead the way to the ale.
And he will.
Okay, so Krigga is very versed in the ales of Candlekeep at this point. He would know to go to the Quill and Tankard. The Quill and Tankard, it is a cozy, a dim-lighted tavern located in the heart of Candlekeep. The walls are lined with shelves of dusty books, and the ceiling is hung with a flickering oil lamp. The air is filled with the aroma of spiced ale and roasted meats. You see on the front of the tavern their menu, where they have drinks by the name of the Inkwell Red and the Parchment White.
Sinead's just gonna sit and wait for Krigga to order her an ale.
Yeah, Krigga will call out for a couple of ales and then look expectantly over at Nimue.
Are you expecting me to pay?
No, he's expecting to figure out what you want.
Oh, okay. I was like,
That would have been funny, though.
a glass of wine would be nice.
And Krigga will holler that over as well. That order over.
The bartender brings you a robust, full-bodied red wine with notes of blackberry and leather.
I love this. I love this for me. I sip from it gleefully.
Yep.
You guys would notice that
wine.
like all of the food I eat and like the drinks I have, I eat like a bird. Like everything is like just little picks of things and like little sips. I never finish anything. Look like a child and eat like a child, doing my best.
Strange. Very strange.
We're just a baby.
Just a baby.
The bartender brings Sinead a stout, a rich velvety stout with hints of coffee and chocolate.
Sinead's pleased.
Sounds delicious.
And let's see, for Krigga is a dark malty ale brewed with hints of cinnamon and nutmeg. Very holiday for this time of year.
Yeah, it's ale. He's happy.
All right. Hey, you guys are enjoying your drinks. While that is happening, Marsander is very focused on making sure that no one notices him, but he fails completely when two guards approach him. Are you loitering in the library?
No, I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit lost. It's my first time here. I was just looking around and trying to find the restroom.
Restroom?
Yes.
You go down the hall, make a right.
And it'll just be right there. All right. Thank you. And he will turn around and slowly, just looking up at the walls and stuff, making his way to the way that they pointed to.
That interaction was as smooth as my beer.
Yeah, before that happened, Marsander was kind of just sitting in the hall. I sure hope they're not drinking without me or eating.
Never.
I almost ordered an extra one and drank it for you, but I declined. It's too early in the day.
Too early in the day.
What is your raven's name again?
Merlin.
Merlin gets your attention. He sees Althea heading down in the catacombs.
Oh. You guys kind of see like Nimue sit back and like her eyes like roll up into her head for a minute and then they return to normal. I believe we have a bit of a problem. She looks to Sinead and Krigga. Seems as though our mage friend has taken a trip to the catacombs.
I would say that's quite the big problem.
I fear our suspicions of her might be correct.
Right. Should we follow her then?
Yes. I believe it would be in our interest to do so.
She's going to, ever the polite person that Sinead is, she's going to try and like frantically wave down the bartender to pay.
Okay, you get the bartender's attention.
How much for all this?
It's on the house, young lady.
Oh, wow. That's awfully convenient. Thanks very much. And she's going to drink as much of the ale as she can before putting the tankard back down. And she's just going to get up and Sinead's like going. She hand on mace, like ready to go. She's ready to bash brains now.
Woo!
In the name of Kelmvor, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Naturally, of course. It's a righteous battle, okay?
Krigga's just thinking that, yeah, she would have made a good dwarf.
Probably because she was raised by one.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Let us leave then.
Indeed.
Nimue is gonna stand up and lead the way out into the streets.
Okay, so are you going to find Marsander?
I think she's more concerned with getting to Althea before she gets any further from them already. And she still assumes that Marsander is just watching the door.
That would be correct in a sense. You don't know that he's been distracted.
How close is the catacomb entrance to where I'm like walking around by?
You don't know where the catacombs are. You never went.
True.
So the other three would have to find you to bring you there.
Sinead's gonna look at Nimue as they're making their way and ask, should we send Krigga off from ours?
Perhaps this is a good idea, yes, but how are they going to find us in the catacomb?
Can you have Merlin lead the way to them? Will he know?
Merlin's watching the girl.
I am not leaving.
We'll have to do this without Mars, I'm afraid. He has important business he attends to now anyway. Something fishy is going on here.
I think it's a bit more than just giving out information.
It seems time is of the essence as well.
I believe you are correct.
Let's waste none of it then. And then Sinead's just going to keep walking with them.
Okay, so you three are headed to the catacombs to find. Are you gonna find Merlin, or are you gonna find Althea?
I mean, I would find Merlin because he's...
Yeah, you can see through him.
Yeah.
Okay. Merlin is taking, or is staying back as far as possible without alerting Althea, who you see disappear. So she turns a corner in the catacombs. When Merlin goes to investigate, she is not found. She has disappeared.
How far behind are we from Merlin now?
Were you running to the catacombs, or were you like...
I would assume we would be walking
Briskly.
swiftly. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not necessarily running, because I don't think any of us would want to bring any attention to ourselves.
Okay, so you arrive to Merlin relatively quickly, but you do not see any traces, at least now, for Althea.
Is it just like a dead end that he's led us to, or...
Sure, why not? It's a dead end.
She turned this corner, and now she is gone. There's gotta be something here. We should search. Maybe a hidden doorway?
There's gotta be.
Krigga would like to search.
Okay, all three of you
Mhm.
do a perception check for me.
That is a 13 from me.
I gotta...
Well, I got a natural one, but with my I think with my mason tools, I think I get advantage on that roll.
With mason tools, let me see.
Or stone cutting. I think one of those two does. Let me look.
Well, I got a 21.
Ow. Bingo.
Ooh, okay.
Bingo bango.
Yeah, that's
Bango, bango.
Need me then, probably.
Yep. Sinead, that's the power of Kalmdor.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a false stone which you find in the wall.
Touch it.
Okay, you touch it.
Does it do anything?
No.
Can I push it?
Yeah, you can push it.
I don't like that answer. Instead, Sinead's gonna pull on it.
Oh, okay. You pull on it.
Yep.
It doesn't do anything.
Okay, now I'm gonna push it.
Okay, now you see that a hidden door has opened as it creaks and grinds across the stone floor.
Sinead's gonna go through the door.
Okay.
Nimue follows close behind her.
Do all of us have
Likewise.
dark vision? I have dark vision.
Yeah, we all do.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, then never mind.
You enter the room past the hidden wall.
Mm-hmm.
It is narrow, it's dimly lit,
Mhm.
with a low ceiling. The walls are made of rough hewn stone, and there's a musty smell in the air. Floor is uneven with several loose stones that could cause a trip hazard. Be careful. At the end of the hallway is a wooden door that leads to somewhere.
Before we go any further, I would like to use my ability of Circle of Mortality.
Okay.
I can detect undead within 60 feet that aren't in total cover.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh God.
All right, so
I'll throw it up here. For you.
behind... could you tell me what it does again?
So at first level, you gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of the undead, whose existence is an insult to blah, 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 blah. You can open up your awareness. It was just flavor. As an action, you can open up your awareness to magically detect undead until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic. The sense doesn't tell you anything about a creature's capability or identity. I can use this feature a number of times equal to my wisdom modifier.
Okay.
So 3 times a day.
So, though you have dark vision, you cannot see in color, which has made it difficult for you to see the two undead in the room who are sitting in a corner.
Sinead is going to sort of hiss at the two of them and put a hand up. And then she will point towards the corner. Is it one corner they're both in?
Yes.
She's going to point towards the corner and say in a low voice, "Uplight on this world."
Nimue is going to look to Merlin, who's in his usual perch, and say, under her breath, very quietly, "Merlin, go get Mars. Bring him to me." And he's gonna just instantly, like, fucking swoop off and go find Mars.
Ah!
Ah!
I have... Oh,
Krigga's
sorry.
gonna pull out his mace or his warhammer. Are these things moving at all?
Yeah, I was going to ask, do they notice us?
Yeah, they notice you. So,
Right. Fantastic. Love this
Good,
for
good
us.
thing we asked. Yep.
yeah, you guys know.
Should we go ahead
they
and
notice you.
should we just go ahead and roll
Okay.
initiative now?
So you notice these are very small creatures. Well, you could detect that they're very small.
Okay.
But now that you've know where to look, you look down and you see two severed hands crawling towards you.
Gross.
Oh.
That's gross. Can I whack him? Can I smash him now?
Sure. Let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
You want me to as well, even on up there?
Oh.
Woo!
What is happening with my dice tonight?
What'd you get?
I got a fucking crit. So 21
Nice.
for me.
I got a
Yeah.
16.
9 for me.
You want me to roll also, Duro, even on I'm not there?
No, you're okay.
Hey.
I don't want to ask you to pay attention if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Krigga. You rolled a 9.
Yep.
Okay, Nimue.
Mhm.
Let's see. Because you can't see them at first, they are surprising you.
Oh.
So let's see. So we'll do a surprise round first because you didn't notice them, but they noticed you. So we will start with Sinead because you noticed them, because of your ability.
Yep.
So we will start with you.
Okay. I'm gonna whack the shit out of them with my
Okay.
mace.
Okay.
I'm whacking. I got a 13.
Okay.
die.
So you charge in and slam your mace on top of this crawling severed hand, and you smash its bones and it stops moving.
Outstanding.
We love to see it.
She's a whacking girl.
The second hand will claw at you though.
Gross.
It
Horrible.
rolled a 10, so
Yeah.
it jumps up and smashes against your shield, and it doesn't damage you. So now we'll go to Imwe.
I am gonna hit him with Ye Old Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, that's an 8.
Okay, your Eldritch Blast strikes the ground as the tiny creatures are far too fast for you to hit.
Wah, wah.
It is now Sinead's turn once again.
Outstanding. I'm going to smash the other one.
Okay.
That is, I go with the lower number, correct? Or
Yes.
Okay. It's a whopping 3.
Okay. Once, just like Nimue, your attack is far too slow to hit this hand. Now I will roll an attack against Sinead, this time with my advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Why
forgot
not?
about those.
why not? I mean, you only got 4 to spare.
Okay, I didn't hit.
No.
It hit the shield and doesn't damage Sinead. All right,
Outstanding.
Krigga, let's see if you can close this out.
Well, Krigga's has got a good feel for how it's moving based on how it's zigged and zagged around the other people. So yeah, he's gonna smash it.
All right, you laid down your battle hammer or your war hammer.
Yep.
On this, and it flattens out like a lambus.
satisfying.
Outstanding.
All right. You defeat the 2 undead, which are guarding this door.
I don't sense any other undead.
No, that was it.
Okay. I'm going to use a cantrip to get a better vantage. I'm going to go ahead and use light by touching my my mace, the top of my mace, gently and carefully so I don't poke myself.
Okay. Well, poke yourself with your blunt weapon.
Shut up, Duro. Be quiet.
Okay.
Anyway, I cast light on it, so I can
Okay.
use it as a torch.
At this point, Merlin arrives to Marzander and perches on his shoulder.
What is it, boy?
Yeah, Merlin just starts like pecking at you. And you know that the signal is that he's gonna definitely need you to go to Nimue, and he gives you like a big caw right in your face and then starts flying off in the direction they're in.
I will follow. Merlin.
Okay, so are you going to wait for Mars to arrive, or are you going to open the wooden door?
I look to Krigga and say, I feel as though perhaps you should go first, since you're the strongest of us.
Greg going through the door.
Nade's right behind him.
Okay, so Krigga opens the wooden door attached to the wall with some rope. It is a very makeshift door. You enter what appears to be a storage room where there are small cluttered piles of books, boxes, small chests, that sort of thing, just scattered around the room. The room is dark, save for a couple of candles lighting the room. The way. There are 2 doors that you see in front of you. One on the left, one on the right.
Lovely.
Krigga's going to go to the one on the right and see if he can hear anything through it.
Sinead wants to go to the one on the left and do the same.
Okay, so on the left, Sinead does not hear anything. On the right, Krigga hears muttering behind the door.
Krigga's going to snap his fingers and point at that door.
You're muted.
Every time. Sinead's gonna walk over to the door to Krigga, and she's gonna look at him and say, I think I'm gonna kill whatever's behind that door there.
You open it. I'll go first.
She's gonna grab the handle and just fling it open.
Krigga goes through.
Okay, so in this room, you find a small hidden library filled with more books and tomes. The shelves are made of dark wood, and the room is dimly lit by a few flickering candles. The air smells old and musty. Standing in the center of the room is Althea, next to what's her name? Or his name, I mean.
I was gonna say, if you're about to say Kella, I'm gonna shit my pants right here and now.
No.
That's what I thought. That's where I thought he was going there for a second too.
I forgot what I named him.
The hot one.
I don't have his name written down.
You find the head keeper of the cult of Ogma,
This is our Scooby-Doo moment, guys.
along with his 2 henchmen.
Krigga's just going to charge right at the main guy.
Okay.
Woo!
You haven't even waited for Mars to get here.
They could be destroying evidence.
Yep. I have a really quick table talk question for you, Duro.
Yes.
My channel divinity. How often can I use that? Because it does not say.
Your channel divinity can be used. I believe it's, let me see, once per day.
Okay. I have 2, but the one that I have available now at 2nd level, I can.
Okay, so you could use it once per long rest.
Okay.
When you get to level 6, you can do it twice.
Right. Okay.
And
Thank
then
you.
18 3 times. All right.
No. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so Krigga has decided he doesn't want to talk. He just wants to finish this. Mars, I would say you'll get here on the 2nd turn. You'll hear combat. You'll know something is wrong, and you will jump in.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, let's have some initiative rolls.
You want me to wait on that too?
No, go ahead.
That's an 8 for Nimue.
I got a
19
20.
Yeah, 19 for Krigga.
I also got a 19.
Nimue's just in the back on her tippy toes, just trying to like
Get him.
see.
She's like jumping.
You guys rolled pretty well this time.
Yo, my dice have been on fire tonight. It's fucking awesome. It feels so good. My 2 sessions this weekend have been garbage dice time.
Hot dice.
Okay, Nimue, what did you roll again?
An 8.
Okay, the rolls weren't that as good. So that.
No, not this time, but I've had 3 crits already, so I'm not gonna whine about it.
Okay, Sinead.
Yep.
So they aren't surprised by your charge in because you would have had to open the door to do it, so they would hear you.
That's fine.
But you did initiate it. So they definitely see you're very aggressive at the moment. Yep, just like that.
Just like I taught her.
This is a righteous cause.
Is that how we do it?
Yep.
Righteous causes?
Righteous cause.
We all come in just looking like crazy people.
Do it, Rad. That's what we do now. So we got the head dude and Althea in there, and then some cronies.
Yep, so you've got Althea and the head guy who I named, I just can't find what his name is, and then 2 more guys, the henchmen.
Crony guys. Okay.
Yep.
How far away is the head man from me? Did you say about 30 feet?
Yes, 30 feet.
Okay. So, Sinead is going to look him directly in the eye. She will say, "This is my burden, and this is my cause, and be it righteous." And she's going to use her channel divinity, Path of the Grave. So, I'm cursing him until the end of my next turn. If I or an ally of mine hits him, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage until the curse ends.
Okay, so that means 50% more damage.
Yes.
Okay, so it is now Marzander, you're not here. It is Althea's turn. Okay, would she say anything?
This two-timing bitch.
I'm trying to think if she would say something. But maybe not. She knows something. The jig is up. Okay, she will unleash a arcane burst on Sinead.
Is it the lower number?
Yeah, I rolled before declaring advantage, so
It does not hit.
okay. It is now henchman number 1's turn.
Did you get my initiative roll, Duro?
Let's see. Yes, you are next.
Okay.
You rolled a 14, right?
No, 19.
Oh, sorry. I put you in wrong.
I roll them so infrequently, it's not surprising you didn't put me down for a
Okay.
5.
Poor Sig.
Daryl's just over here cheating. It's fine.
All right, go ahead. You're next.
Yeah, I'm just going to charge the closest one, so whichever one's the closest, I'm going to charge.
Okay. Do you want to hit the lead guy or one of the henchmen?
I would go for the lead guy if I had a choice.
Okay. Let's see.
12 is what I rolled.
When you say henchmen, you mean those like skinny little bitches that was with him last time?
Yeah, so he's always with two other guys that you've seen, like when he's at the cafeteria and when he met him. He's always had those two guys with him.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, okay, so you hit. That was their AC, so...
10 damage.
He's cursed, remember?
Oh, okay. So, what does your curse look like?
I hadn't gotten that far, Duro. It would look like the shadowy gift of Kelmvor.
It could be like his symbol, like...
Yeah, it would be his symbol kind of like popping up, like very gray and monochromatic.
Okay. So, Krigga strikes at this symbol, empowering his attack, and it lands on the headkeeper's forehead, and the headkeeper falls to the ground.
I think the rune on Krigga's arm will flash at the same time it makes contact with that curse too. That would make sense.
Okay. So let's see. This guy had a 1 AC, or not AC, initiative. He wasn't gonna get a turn. All right. It is now Nimwe's turn.
I am, my ass is pretty chapped over Althea, especially watching her come after Sinead. And you kind of see her like seething in the background, and as she's seething, that gray darkness creeps around her and cocoons her in protection, and she's going to point her finger at Althea and whisper a curse under her breath and cast Eldritch Blast. And that's an 18.
Okay, you will strike at Althea.
Yes.
With your force damage.
Oh wow, watch out guys, 1 point of damage. Like it's like a thread like shoots out of her finger and just like stinks around the cheek.
Hurts a little. Stings some.
Nimue looks at her finger like, what the hell was that?
All right. I skipped henchman number 1's turn, I think. I don't think I gave him his turn. So he will pull out a dagger, or sorry, not a dagger, a scimitar from his robe and strike at Krigga. Okay, so the blow is absorbed by Krigga's thick armor.
Damn right.
Okay. Now it is henchman number 2's turn. I will use my advantage this time to strike at Krigga. So here we go. Advantage. Double ones. Good to see. All right.
Love to see it.
No.
It's that curse, man. It just kind of blanketed the area.
No, you should just keep using your advantages like that, though.
Yeah,
Dara.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
good.
approve of this.
Okay, I remember. All right. It is Schneid's turn.
Okay. So we just have Althea and the two henchmen. Okay, so they're both still up. Okay. She's gonna go after Althea. She's actually gonna. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna go ahead and use Sacred Flame. It is a DC of 13 on Dex.
It's DC 13 on Althea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a 5.
Outstanding. So it's 1d8.
What are you casting again?
Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. It's max damage. It's 8.
Ooh.
Oh,
Woo!
man. Okay. Here we go. 8 damage. She looks very concussed by that attack, but she is still standing.
Okay.
Seems her... What?
I was gonna say, is there a way to non-lethally finish somebody with Sacred Flame? Though? If I call it.
With your bonk, you should be able
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll say with the bonk you could.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Marzander arrives triumphantly.
Dun, dun, dun,
Save the
dun.
day.
Do I know that you guys know Althea, or that you guys went? Would I have known that?
I don't think I made any specifications about her. I just told you that me and Sinead went down there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think you would know who she is or what's up with her. Is she dressed like a member of the mage college?
Yeah, she looks like a student.
I will bring my bow around the corner into the doorway. Which one's closer, Althea or the last henchman?
Both the henchmen are still alive.
Oh, they're both still alive.
Yeah.
Who would I? You know what? I'll say I see one of the henchmen first, and I'm going to shoot a bow at them. $17 to hit.
Okay. Which do you want to shoot at, number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay, either have been hit. So, okay, your arrow pierces the henchman. So go ahead and roll damage.
5.
Okay. The henchman has an arrow sticking in him, but he's fine. As fine as you can be.
I'm gonna shoot at his knee so he can't be an adventurer if he wanted to.
It is now Krigga's turn.
Krigga is going to balk number 2
Okay.
with an 8, so probably not a balk.
No, he raises a scimitar and parries your bunk.
Yeah, it wasn't a great balk because I was surprised by an arrow whizzing by me to hit the other one as I was swinging. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Althea, realizing her wounds, she will rush to the front line, stepping over her fallen supposed comrade. You don't know yet. See? She points her fingers towards you as fire emanates from them. So I need all 4 of you. Wait, let me see the range. Let me see the range of this. Actually, it's no, she'll be dangerous. She'll try to rush past Krigga to reach the 3 in the back.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
13.
Let's see. Your blow strikes at Althea, but a shimmering shield of magical energy protects her.
Roger that.
Let's see. So, like I said, she raises her fingers, points them at the 3 of you at the back, and will cast Burning Hands. So I'll need the 3 of you to make a Dex saving throw.
Oh,
I'm fine with that.
I don't want to.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
No.
I don't want to do this.
Oh my
Anymore.
god. I rolled a 3, so it's a 4 total, and I have no fucking advantages left.
Creep. I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. Well, you have an advantage.
Can I use my
You
advantage?
have 3
girl?
advantages right now, girl.
Yes, you can use your
I'm gonna
advantage.
use my advantage, please. We're switching. Oh, it's a 17 on the +1, so 18.
Just me, the lowest hit points in the party.
Okay.
It's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nimue, you take 13 damage from the burning.
Oh god. I
And
am just a crispy piece of toast. There's
The
like a
two-
puff of smoke coming out of my hair.
The other 2 of you take 7 damage. So you take half damage. And then
Ooh.
Marzander, you take... No, wait. Why am I thinking you're a tiefling?
Because I just naturally am in real life. So
Okay.
IRL tiefling.
You do not have fire resistance.
I did get a nat 20. You know, it's...
Doesn't count. Okay.
Thanks, Spike.
It is now henchman number 1's turn, who will strike at Krigga with his scimitar. 16. Does that hit?
No, sir.
Okay, he bashes against your shield. You're carrying a shield, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. It is now Nimue's turn.
I hiss under my breath as my hair is singeing and smoke is coming off of me. And I once again point at her and cast Eldritch Blast. That's a 10. I'm gonna, before you say whether I get that or not, I'm gonna just use that advantage, right? I'm fucking pissed. I want this bitch to die now.
You're not gonna save her?
That's a dirty 20. She just damn near killed me in one hit.
Okay. So you're gonna hit her with your force damage.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. That's a 6.
Okay. Althea, you hit Althea in the chest area, and she is not able to stand up to the force and falls down. No
is she
longer
like
moving.
Oh, okay. As for the rest of my like movement, I crawl on top of her like some horrifying like spider beast out of a horror movie. And like nothing else in this room exists anymore. And that's where my turn ends.
Henchman number 2 is going to once again strike at Krigga with the scimitar. These guys can't hit you. I don't know what to say.
I'll just say thanks.
It is Sinead's turn.
Curious. Sinead is going to whack the shit out of this henchman.
Okay.
That is attacking Krigga.
A good bonkin?
The bonkening.
Yeah. Bonkening 2.
I rolled a nat 20, baby.
Oh, okay.
That's weird.
Now, did you want to keep this one alive? Because I know you said you wanted to keep.
Yeah, I do.
alive.
I just want him to be bonked to sleep.
Okay, he is
Good
bonked
night.
to sleep. I'll put a little thing next to him so I remember.
He's sleeping.
Okay. It is now Marzander's turn.
Who else is left?
There is henchman number 2.
Okay. Well, I will. The little flame that's on my thing, I'll put out real quick and then shoot another arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Right, him. That is a 19, so 23 to hit. I'm hoping that hits.
23, yes. He will strike this henchman.
For 1 equaling 3.
Okay, well. No, we can't all roll. What did,
Can't all roll nat 20s, baby.
oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I rolled it when it mattered.
Well,
Yeah, it is your turn.
Krigga's gonna swing with the last remaining one and see if he can just smash his head in.
Okay. That will hit.
14 for 12 damage.
Ooh, okay. How about you describe how he perishes?
Oh, I really was trying to crush his skull, so my warhammer literally just goes right through the top of his head and ends at his jawline.
Okay. With that, the enemy is defeated.
Can I ask Nimue a real quick question that I need clarification on?
Are you asking my character and your character?
I'm asking Creep about Nimue.
What's up?
Okay, so when you hissed after you got burned almost to death,
Mm-hmm.
did that hiss sound like bacon sizzling? I'm sorry, carry on.
You so much. Oh my god.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
No, it was beautiful. I love it so much. So I would like while as Rem,
Hello, Rem.
holy shit.
Dwayne, I actually saw Rem in a random chat the other day.
What?
Yeah.
Is he feeling okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's okay. Poor little guy.
Is that for Duro?
You said dad. It could be Krigga.
Is it Krigga? Who is it for?
Oh, if it's Rem, it's for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Someone who did that.
All right. Dang. Sig, you're a popular boy. You have 3 advantages right now banked. So I would imagine while everyone's still like in the chaos of battle and Nimue is like hovering over her, she's kind of got her hood and she's touching her gem at her throat, and as Althea is like breathing her dying breath, she is stealing her soul into this gem. Thanks, Rem. Good to see you, bud. I don't know if you want me to roll for that ability or how you want to treat that, Duro.
No, you don't have to roll. It's fine.
Okay. I would say once everything's said and done and the battle is settled, Nimue just kind of like slowly sits up and stands, and she's just like deadpanned and silent in the back.
We're officially out of combat.
Yeah. No more combat.
Okay.
Everyone's dead or unconscious.
Sinead is going to crouch down to the man that she bonkened.
Okay.
And she's gonna look to herself, and she's gonna. Do I have any rope? I didn't give myself any rope. I gave myself everything else but rope. She's gonna look to Krigga and say, "Do you have any rope?"
Krigga will get his rope out for her.
Gonna
And
say
she'll-
someone has to have some fucking rope for Christ's sakes.
God damn it!
D&D.
And she'll hold her hand out and reach out for it, and once he hands it over, she'll take it and bind this man's hands together. And then she'll stand back up and she will put a boot to his chest and start applying pressure until he wakes up again. This time for wakey wakey eggs and bakey.
To the sound of Nimue sizzling.
And doing weird shit in the back.
Okay. So, Sinead, as you're tying that man up, you see next to the head keeper his red book.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay, so this red book is of red leather, and it is chains are wrapped around it, and they seem to be alive as they slither across the tome.
Is it locked? Can I pull these chains off?
It is not locked. No.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna open that book up.
You open the book. Let's see. Could you
Yep.
roll me a history, please?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask me to throw a saving throw. Okay, yeah.
The sound of resignation there was so good.
It's a 15 plus 3, so 18 total.
Okay, within this book, you see strange diagrams of various demonic and devilish design. The words are written in Infernal, which I do not believe you understand.
No, where's Takari when I need her?
And you hear a voice fill your head.
Oh.
Greetings, mortal. You have opened the book of chains. Do you seek knowledge or power? I can give you both for a price.
Oh, no.
I don't feel compelled either way, correct? Like, this is not a compelling book.
It is not a compelling book.
Okay. Sinead, not really fully understanding that this book is talking to her in her head, is going to say, and she recognizes that this is infernal, she just doesn't speak it, obviously.
The writing is in infernal, but
Right, the writing,
it is
that's
talking to you in a language you understand.
Okay, right, but what I mean is she understands that this book is written in infernal.
Yes.
Okay. She is going to say out loud, I don't know who you are, demon. Or devil, rather. But all I know is that you might be a bastard upon this world. And I neither want power or knowledge from you. All I want is to keep you in the hell that you belong in.
Don't be so hasty now. There may be a time where you seek my attention. Just hold on to me for now.
I'm going to burn you.
I love that Sinead is secretly a fucking arsonist. Arsonist slash, like, pyromaniac.
She has sacred flame. It's a righteous cause, okay?
Duro, does only Sinead hear this voice now?
Yes,
Okay.
It is coming from the book.
I think once, like, Nimue comes to out of her fucking delirious mania that she just experienced, she's gonna kind of walk up and glance over Sinead's... She probably can't glance over her shoulder. She's kind of gonna, like, peek around and, like, look down at the book as well.
Sinead's gonna glance to Nimue and then back to the book and then say out loud again to the book. I'll never keep you. You're another blight on this world. And I'll ensure your demise, that is the attention that you deserve, is death and only death. She's gonna snap the book closed.
Okay.
And she'll look to... Oh, sorry, go.
Sinead, did the book speak to you?
Some devil spoke to me, I would imagine. Maybe it was the book. I'm not sure. Whatever this book is, it is evil.
The writing in there looked funny. If nobody here can read it, I do have a way of finding out what it says, if we need to.
Perhaps it might be the answer to this Draco Lich. We need to be careful with this book. And she's going to tuck the book into her vestments and say, this might be for another time. And she's going to look back down at the man and keep applying pressure with her foot on his chest. And if that does not work, she will hit him in the balls.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
She's going to hit him in the balls.
Okay. He awakens with... Actually, no, he wouldn't wake up. He's still downed.
He's still downed. Okay. She's going to look at...
It'll take a while for him to come to his senses.
All right. Sinead's going to look to the rest of the party and say, We need to get this man back to Kella or somewhere. He's got some answers to come up with before he wakes up.
Yes. I believe we may want to come up with a story for Kella. We did go against our word, though I feel it was a dire situation.
They attacked us. We all saw it.
Yes. I saw this.
Sinead's gonna look back at Krigga as if to look for his approval.
We're standing in a room full of like stolen books, aren't we, Duro?
Yes, you are.
I believe if you look around, we have all the proof we need of what was happening,
Right.
and that everybody here in this room was involved in it.
I believe you are correct. Let us go then back to Kella.
Right. She's gonna look back down at the man, and then look to Krigga and say, "Can you bring him with us?"
Z, can you carry this man for them? I'm going to stay here and guard this evidence.
I can try. How heavy does he look?
He's not that heavy. I've been on a diet of oatmeal and fruit.
Okay, true.
That's actually all they serve: breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's great.
That's actually the people who started stealing knowledge because they were looking for a different recipe.
I'm so concerned. The shitters must be like just annihilated around. They're just eating fruit and fiber all day.
Absolutely disrespected.
Brutal.
I will pick him up and put him over my shoulder. And start heading out.
Okay.
Krigga, would you like Merlin to stay with you? And if any more come or anything is to happen, he will come find us. Make sure we come back to you.
That sounds like an excellent idea. I just worry leaving here that this will all fall into even worse hands, or
I believe
it should be contained.
I believe this is a wise decision, Krigga. And she gives Merlin her little signature belly scritch. Merlin, stay here with Krigga. Make sure he's safe. Come find me if anything happens. And Merlin will fly over and land on your shoulder.
Krigga will point at the table.
Nimue just kind of like gives Merlin a shrug.
Gently shoo him off onto the table. Get off my goddamn shoulder.
He gives you like a really loud caw in your ear before he like flies off to the table.
That's fair.
Yeah. You deserve that one.
Okay, so you're gonna go. Okay, so you're bringing the henchman with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're gonna go speak with Kella.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you find people are giving you strange looks as you're walking through towards Kella.
I want to point out, she has not put her mace back on her belt. She's carrying her mace.
Just holding it out like
This
stone-faced.
is a decision that I have made.
Oh
no. Okay, so you approach the library where you find Kella standing next to a tall, broad-shouldered man with a shaved head and a thick, bushy beard. He's wearing a polished plate armor adorned with the crest of the keepers of the tomes, the guard who guard the books. He's carrying a sword in his and at his side. So you approach Kella and this man, this guard, and Kella looks at you confused.
I think Nimue would step forward and in her usual uncomfortable yet oddly charming voice say, Kella, I am afraid we ran into a bit of trouble. Perhaps we should go to your office and speak some more?
Why are you carrying that man on your shoulder?
You said you wanted evidence, Kella. We have brought you evidence. And there is more. But first, we should speak.
We will go to wherever it is you found this man. Garrick here will assist us.
Very well, then. And she's gonna lead him away.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you lead Ella and Garrick to the catacombs where the bodies of Althea and the keepers are lying. Kella has a mortified look on her face as she views these corpses strewn about the floor. And Garrick has a look of concern on his face. Garrick will say, "This is not what I had in mind."
It was unfortunately not penciled into our schedules today either.
Kella will say, "I thought I told you to wait for me to speak with Garrick before anything serious was to happen."
Yes. But you also told us to find the other girl we were with. And so, Sinead and I did just that. We spoke to her. She seemed unsettled. It was strange the way she acted. Suspicious, you might say. But she agreed to meet us in your office midday, as you requested. But as an added measure, I had my pet keep an eye on her. And when she saw that we were gone, she took her chance to scurry off down here into the catacombs. As you see, and she pointed to Althea's body. She points to Althea's body on the ground. Seems as though perhaps she was in cahoots with whatever foul things were going on down here. When we came to find her, they attacked us. We did what we had to do, protect ourselves.
Kella will say, "So you not only went into a certainly dangerous situation by yourselves without the guards present.
We felt as though we had no choice. These are very dangerous matters, yes? And we are capable adventurers. Why else would they be sending us to Cormyr to protect them? We were only doing what we thought was necessary and right. We didn't want anyone else to get hurt, Kella. You understand this?
I understand that clearly, but you have no authority within Candlekeep. This lies with Garrick, and the authority is higher than Garrick. I was to speak with him about giving you such authority on his behalf.
Nimwe's attention shifts to Garrick. I do apologize, Garrick, for our brash reaction. But as someone whose greater interest is to protect that of Candlekeep, I do hope you understand why we would react so swiftly. This is, after all, necromancy we're dealing with. I would say additionally, when we arrived, they had 2 undead waiting for us. Knows what could happen if they raised more, set them loose upon the city. That would be a tragedy, don't you think, Garrick?
That is something that mere adventurers should not have to deal with. We are the guard of Candlekeep, and it is our duty, our sworn duty, to defend Candlekeep from inside traitors and those from outside.
Well, I'll have you know that I'm a cleric of Kalmvor. It's my sworn duty to kill all undead and necromancers. So it seems that we've come into a little bit of an impasse now, haven't we, Garrick?
It is illegal within Candlekeep to murder. I will speak with the higher authorities and hope that you only receive a banishment from Candlekeep.
Are your laws higher than that of the gods?
This does not involve the gods.
Well,
This is the laws of Candlekeep.
of course it involves the gods. It involves Kalmvor. It involves necromancers.
You say murder, but really, it was only self-defense. As I had said before, their deaths were just an unpleasant outcome. As you'll see, and she points to the man that Mars is still carrying. Poor Mars. We did do our best to not kill them. But it's very hard when it's 4 against 4.
Krigga's just going to pipe up briefly and say, and they did their best to kill some of us as well. And he's going to hide him away from bottom to top in her.
Oh yeah, I've literally have 4 health points. Like every time I speak, I'm like
It's like, see what they did to our friend here. She's just wee. Look at the size of her. Just kidding. Sinead doesn't say that.
So Garrick will say, a full investigation will be conducted into this situation, but I will leave your involvement if you are to leave Candlekeep by the morning.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be getting a ride out of Candlekeep to Cormyr?
Yeah, you're supposed to be leaving.
See, we can't rightly do that right now. Because we're supposed to be hitching a ride over to Cormyr through Candlekeep. But tell you what, we'll help you with this investigation. It's quite kind of us to do so.
You're gonna investigate yourselves?
Right? I said what I've said.
Who was the mage that was like the original woman we were sent to speak with?
Yeah.
That was... Oh, my notes. Where'd they go?
Away.
That was Elenara.
I would like to speak with Eleonora. She knows why we're here. She would understand. I fully believe this. Can you at least give us this?
You have until nightfall.